Okay. Patch is live. Howdy, gang. Okay. So, this stream's going to be a little different. It's only because we have a double AI build project with both Shinn Asuka in his seed form, Destiny, and ELS Setsuna from Awakening of the Trailblazers. So we have a little bit more to go over than normal. Too much crap. Okay, we're good now. I swear, it was working just fine before I started the stream. Anyways, as I was saying, heard the AI stuff, then you cut out. Yeah, so we're gonna do the welfare, then we're gonna pop over to Gacha, then the AI pilots, and then alteration. So that's kind of the order for today. Let's get going. Mask coin. So we'll start with the Grimgerde. When attacking with physical EX skill, if it wasn't a flat number boost, this might actually be decent, but as it's a flat number boost, not really. Numbers wise, lower than average shot attack, and yeah, even melee. No, high mobility, close combat. I find it really weird that a Seiei welfare has stats like this. It's... Ugh. I guess its only saving grace would be that its melee defense does go up by quite a bit, because just the way the scaling works. So you're still looking at 600 melee attack on the head, which isn't terrible, but it will require a lot of investment to get numbers back on this part, pretty much. Anything worthwhile. And the tags, they're nice. It definitely gives you the double melee attack boost, but no primary tags, unfortunately. But definitely workable. With dual sabers, EX skill piercing boosted. I've said multiple times, I'm not the biggest fan of EX skill piercing boost, so yeah, it's not my favorite, obviously. High mobility, close combat, again, cool. Numbers wise, you're looking at what, about 1100 melee attack on the torso? For a welfare, that's pretty good. 1100, okay, cooking with fire. All right. Arms, what are we looking at? Valkyria blades, A-, B-. That's an interesting spread. That's a very interesting spread. You get a melee attack boost from this as well. I think it really just comes down to how the animation plays out on this, as it is not a cutscene. It might be good, it might not be. I would probably wager it more on the probably not, as again, it's not a cutscene, it's a animation lock, but yeah. Numbers wise, that actually has a significant amount of melee attack. Then again, it is an integrated part, so we do see higher numbers off of those as you're sacrificing the extra traits and or EX skills for the bonus stats. Okay, high mobility, close combat. Okay, yeah, no, this has a stupid amount of melee defense and melee attack, so this is going to push a lot for our welfare. Healthy arms. The EX skill, I'm not really sure how to feel about, but I have no real complaints about the rest of it. Outfighter job, EX skill power boosted. It's really easy to find outfighters that have a decent amount of melee attack, and the EX skill power boost is obviously extremely nice, so yeah. Numbers wise, you're looking at about 1100 melee attack on a pair of welfare legs. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Or mobility, or high mobility and force space. Okay, the force space, not the best. High mobility is workable though. Okay. Time for the blades. Ho ho ho, spicy. while high mobility initial EX skill charge boost. Unfortunately, it's an extremely low modifier, only at 12%, but do remember that even like core 4-star parts, even Zokai, and, you know, minus the second trait you get from Alteration, it does cap out 20% for initial. If you want higher numbers, you'd want to look for just cooldown or EX cooldown reduction. So, melee attack is obviously very, very low. It is a welfare part. High mobility, close combat. So if anything, this would be well, something you use for the trait, potentially in the tags. Stats, not so much. Definitely not so much on the stats. After 20 seconds pass, reduce cooldown by 40%. Now, here's the thing, right? I have my gripes about the after an enemy falls, you get your cooldown reduction. After 20 seconds pass is a little better, as you are able to use it in one-on-one scenarios. But, yeah, you know, kind of the downside to this is you have to wait a full 20 seconds. If you're looking for a good time on, you know, arena or a multi-mission, 20 seconds, maybe a bit much. Now, flip side, this would be a nice part for pretty much anything else, because most normal maps take about 20 to 30 seconds. So, yeah. So pretty much I say this is usable in anything except the time-sensitive stuff. It may even be useful in Battle Circuit, depending on how quickly you plan on rushing through those maps. So, high mobility, force space, the numbers really aren't that great on it. So potentially for the trait, high mobility, the rest of it's effectively a write-off. And Montag. Oh wow, who could this stranger be? While high mobility, enemy shooting power reduced by 25%. Okay, that's a very easy way to get a quarter of the enemy shooting power chalked off. High mobility is not terribly difficult to activate. Stat-wise, oh boy. Stat-wise, you're looking at, that's like what, 5'4", 4'4"? Yeah, about 4. So about 1800 melee attack overall as an outfighter. Could be worse, could be better. For a welfare, though, I'm not going to give him too much slack, or like too much, what's the word? I'm going to give him slack. That's the words I want to put together. He puts out decent numbers for a welfare. Okay. So, overall, the Grimgerde, the frame has decent melee attack, all things considered. Some interesting traits on it. The EX skill on the arms, kind of not sure how to feel about it. I'd have to see it in action. Yeah, the weapons really aren't that great. The swords, people are saying they're like a copy-paste of the Bale swords, you know, minus the whole stat thing. So potentially you might want to look at these as like an alternative for the Bale swords if you didn't have anything better on hand, like the Turbo Straight Dagger Pierce. Anyways, yeah, Montag's not terrible either. So overall, it's not that bad of a welfare suit. Could be better, but it's definitely not bad. As for exchange, what do we got here? Power, high firepower, GM type, high mobility, support, and 4 base. Definitely need more high mobility, so I'm okay with this. Bale swords boosted EX skill if technique. Oh, okay, then I don't know what people were saying when it's copy-paste Bale swords, so. Look at me, big smart. Oh, there we go, skill trait upgrade sphere. Ah, so there was a banner that was shown off where when you roll enough times, you get upgrade spheres. So it looks like you just trade 3 of them for a couple of these. One thing I am going to say is don't stress out too much about that, because do remember in a upcoming, still unannounced time frame update, we are going to get the ability to improve the EX skill levels and trait levels of parts by just playing the game. So don't feel extremely pressured to roll duplicates or go for these upgrade spheres or anything until that feature is solidified. We know exactly what's going on with it. Yeah. So now, Gacha. Chocolate man. Yeah. So this is the one I was talking about. So every 3 steps, you get the upgrade sphere. So, yeah, like it's not a terrible gacha, all things considered, because you do get a lot of Gold Awakening parts for it, and the 3rd step guarantees one of the 2 suits limited parts. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather just roll on one of the 2. Anyways, with that in mind, let's get going. Which one should I start with? The Higher Than Sky or the Full Cloth? I'm expecting great things from the Higher Than Sky, so I'm going to start with the X1. Okay, we'll start off with the Noggin. With Saber category, equip DX skill power boost. That's a solid trait. I have 0 complaints about that trait. Close combat, high firepower. I have some complaints about the word tags, as it does not bring any primary tags to the table. It brings kind of the tertiary tags. Not terrible, gives you some options, but stat-wise, what are we looking at? Well, very little. For something completely covered in armor, the head has a surprising lack of defense. Makes sense, the arms are probably going to have the most armor, but it's just kind of, yeah. So shot attack, 4265, that's definitely respectable numbers. Melee defense and shot defense, you're going to get about 200 or so from them. So 4400 shot attack and 1300 melee attack. That's not bad. Those are very healthy numbers, and I can only imagine how bad it's going to be when we push up to alteration numbers. So, yeah. Fully kitted out, 81. Typically they reach like 85, 86 or so. And they typically also have higher defensive values. So I'm not really too sure how to feel about this part. So. Yeah. Who cares about your stats when you look fabulous? You're not wrong, the suit looks really intimidating. With rifle category, melee power boosted. That's solid. Very easy to find rifles, just like it's really easy to find sabers. Alright. Numbers wise, ooh, these numbers, I like them. So you're looking at effectively 1600 melee attack and shot attack before adding in change gear modifications. Post change gear modifications, we're looking at about 300, a little over 300 per. So you're looking at almost 1900 melee attack and shot attack on this torso. I got no problem with that. Close combat, high firepower makes it shine again. Same complaints as I had before. I don't like the fact that they're both tertiary tags, but they are definitely workable to most builds. Okay. Crossbone, full cloth arms. And wow, we don't see a lot of defense on these either. Okay. Skullheart Impact, DA. Okay, here's our cutscene. We get a melee attack boost, 29, melee defense boost, 19, and beam resist, 29. It's a healthy melee boost, for sure. Not the highest, but definitely respectable as a number. Close combat, high mobility. Again, like I said with the other parts, numbers-wise. First set of arms. Wow, we actually break 2000 shot attack. Not bad, considering it's a melee spec suit. Okay, I'll take that. Melee attack itself, 4261, capping out 8984. A little on the lower side. A little on the lower side, but it has a really high shot attack for some godforsaken reason. This is a very confusing suit. I'm confused by this. The head has a decent amount of shot attack. The arms have a very good amount of shot attack. But most of the traits are centered towards melee, and it definitely has melee spec. What the heck? Crossbow wasn't melee, I thought it was all around. That's definitely the vibe I'm getting here. It's really weird considering, like, its weapon loadout. But anyways, legs. Skullheart shot. Another cutscene. Ooh, this has a really long initial cooldown. Okay, you get a heal and a melee attack boost further. Okay, I have no complaints about this. So there's 2 cutscene EX skills? That's okay. Cool. Cool. Close combat, high mobility yet again. Oh, these numbers. I like these. Okay, so about 1800 shot attack, 1300 or 1800 melee, 1300 shot. For legs, that's pretty damn nice. All right, I like those legs. You got some fine legs there. Okay. Let's move on to the backpack. When one enemy shot down, buff EX skill effect up. I personally don't like that trait very much, as I've made clear in the past. And the one enemy shot down trigger restricts its usage from a lot of different modes and missions. So if you like it, go for it. It's not bad, I guess. Yeah. Numbers wise. Okay, much like the legs, you got about 1800 melee attack, about 1500 shot attack. This is a very all-rounded machine. You're gonna have a lot of melee and a lot of shot on this sucker. Close combat, high mobility yet again. Okay. Like thematically, the word tags are on point. Muramasa Blaster. Master Blaster. It's on max output mode too. DB plus. Emit 14 beams and then perform a melee attack. Unfortunately, this looks like it's going to be an animation lock, so it'd be something I have to see in action to really judge whether or not it's good. Do they have the Twitter videos up that we can look at later? They do. Isn't that fantastic? So once we're done looking at these, we'll pop on over to Twitter and take a look to kind of get a real good idea of all these EX skills. So anyways, the number doesn't, like, power doesn't look bad on this. Yeah, what does it do? What's the animation? Numbers wise. Okay, so pre-alteration we're breaking 10k. Cool. Close combat, high firepower. All right, workable. Workable. I like it. Ranged full cloth. Okay. With Saber category, initial EX skill charge boost. I talked about that when we looked at the Grimgerdes. Okay, okay. Numbers wise, that also breaks 10k shot attack pre-alt. Alright, close combat, high firepower. Okay, okay. Would like to see new, more defensive skills and barriers. Yeah, there's lots of like the really offensive stuff, but there's a lot less of the pure defensive type, like cutscene EX skills that you would put on a support suit. It's mostly offensive oriented that have defensive stuff tacked on as like almost an afterthought. Okay, no complaints about the numbers. The traits, you know, definitely usable. Initial EX skill charge, no complaints. All right, and ooh, the Peacock Smasher. AD, well, hey, guess what? No one cares about you. You have D power. You're worthless. Wait, is it a magazine? No, it's not. Okay, yeah, no. Close combat and high mobility, no complaints there. And the numbers also break 10k with a little bit of melee tacked on. Okay. Okay. I don't really have many complaints about the X1. The full cloth here. It really does balance out melee and shot. Has an interesting selection of tags, a couple of nice EX skills on there, definitely nice traits. So yeah, overall, nice suit. It's, from what I saw, it's nothing jaw-dropping, but it's because it plays kind of that balanced role. So, okay. Now for the 00 Sky. Yeah, you right. You definitely right on that one. Okay. Higher than Sky Fate. Actually, let's see the whole suit here. What's it look like? Ah, yes, okay. When buffed, EX skill power boosted. It's very easy to get yourself buffed. That's a very nice boost. I'm okay with this. Protag Gundam type. Okay, now we're cooking with fire. Although, unfortunately, Gundam type is more of the shot booster than it is the melee booster, you know, with the whole shot attack 5% and no melee. But Protag's nice to see. Numbers wise, okay, so as you can see here, the shot attack is much lower than it was on the full cloth, but in, you know, kind of, what's the word? Apparently my words are escaping me today. On the flip side, the melee attack is much higher, and it does have a very respectable amount of melee defense, pushing about 600 change over into melee, so you're breaking 2k melee on the head. Nice. Okay, traits nice, tags are definitely workable, stats are nice. Alright, Noggin, you got it. While Pro Tag, melee power boosted. No complaints about that either. If you're running a melee suit, 9.9 times out of 10, you're running Pro Tag. Nice. Pro Tag, Gundam type, stat-wise, what's a lot of melee defense? That's about what, 58? Yeah, so you're 2100 melee attack. On a torso, that's pretty damn fine. Shot attack, you're like, what, that was 4 change? Yeah, 900 is shot attack. Nice trait, nice melee stats, nice tags. No complaints about this one either, Chief. Aha, lash position. One of the few things I actually didn't talk about regarding this suit. It's like a specialized melee form for the suit where certain things move out of the way so that it has more flexibility, I guess, in the joints. Best way to put it. Yeah, lower your waist propulsion to operating point speeds for close quarters attack. Raise your melee defense by 29%. B plus power. Now here's the thing, right? Is this an animation lock? Is it a pseudo cutscene? What is this exactly? We'll have to wait to see the Twitter videos. So, yeah. I have to see it in action, really, but I'm not the biggest fan that it gives you a melee defense buff, but considering, you know, it's a dime a dozen to find something that gives you a melee attack boost, yeah, it adds a little spice. I wish it was an offensive-oriented boost, but here we are. Oh, wow. That melee attack, though. Yeah, so... Jeez. Oh, boy. So these arms... Wow. You get 9,300 melee attack after change gear on these arms. So we're actually going to have a pair of arms that push 10k after alteration. Nice. Nice. Pro tag, high mobility, definitely workable tags, especially the high mobility, bringing a little more of that melee flair, I guess. So nice. The EX skill is the only thing I'm kind of up in the air about. I'll have to see what it looks like on Twitter to really, you know, figure out whether it's good or bad. At least it has B plus power, so you know what? If it's good, it'll hit hard. Okay, legs. Diver shot. Kick an energy blast like you're shooting a soccer goal. Yeah, that was one of the things that his legs were able to do when they generated the shield through the, what were they called? The sky guards or something like that on the legs. They can generate a beam shield and you can use it to kick things like soccer balls. Yeah. Whatever, man. D power, A plus Pierce. I'm honestly surprised that kicking an energy blast at somebody like that would be D power, but here we are. Okay. Yeah. Protect, high mobility, numbers. That's a lot of shot defense. So you're looking at about 2k shot attack, you're looking at about 1200 melee attack. For a pair of legs, that's not really that bad. For a set of melee legs, that's okay. You know, it's definitely up there. We've seen legs, I think, push like 14k or 1400 before. So something pushing, you know, like 12, it's not bad. Not bad. Lots of shot though, there's that. So. Okay, what's this? Hyper Sky Zanber. You get Wings of Light, and you strike with a giant light sword. You get a heal and a melee attack boost. And this is... What the this is not a cutscene, this is a spammable? Yo! Yo! What? Yo! I could have swore this was a cutscene as I was reading it. I was like, B plus power? Holy smokes. Wow. Okay. All right. Spicy. Pro tag, Gundam type. Okay, numbers wise, you're looking at about 1,000 change shot attack. You're looking at about 2k melee. For a back, it has very nice melee stats on it. On paper, very, very nice looking EX skill. Like, ooh, spicy. Pro tag on it as well. So I got nothing really bad to say about this part yet. I say yet because it really does come down to how that EX skill functions. If it's absolute trash, all you really have going for it is the really high melee attack on the backpack. So, okay, where did we leave off? Okay, so we didn't look at the beam sword. So we'll do that, then the gun. After 10 seconds pass, reduce cooldown by 50% once. I already talked about this when I went over the Grimgerde. At least 10 seconds is a lot less terrible of a wait time. So, and you do get a larger cooldown reduction boost too. So, a little more flexibility, I guess. But for people that already have like 0 cooldown builds, this is going to do practically nothing for you. Melee attack. Okay. Obviously, it's a little lower than other weapons because, you know, it's not breaking 10k natural with the other stats on it, like defense. So, yeah, not the highest in terms of stats. So this is something you'd really look at primarily if the tags in the trait really called out to you, because there is better available literally in the same gacha for stats. So, and 7, the last one. While Gundam type, EX skill power boosted. Very easy to activate Gundam type, and you get an EX skill power boost. Now, do remember that Gundam type does not give you any kind of melee bonuses, so it is more of a trigger for melee suits than anything. So, yeah, if you don't mind losing out on 5% potential bonus stats for this kind of bonus, hey, there you go. Numbers-wise, yeah, wow, those numbers. This has a crazy amount of melee on it, considering what it is. You're looking at like 1,300, 1,200 melee attack on a rifle. It's crazy. Okay. I think that may actually be one of, if not the highest melee statted rifles in the game. Okay. Well, Higher Than Sky brings some very interesting things to the table. It also confuses the living heck out of me. For one, why is there no awakening? Anyways. Yeah. Tons of melee attack on it. Lots of nice traits. Fancy looking EX skills on paper. Yeah. Between the two, though, I think I would say I prefer the full cloth a little more, as it does have a little more of like a... I don't really know how to say it, but like, between the two, I prefer what the X1 does a little more. Even though it's more of a split suit and it kind of brings a little bit of everything, I don't really know how to feel about the Higher Than Sky. I really don't. It's got good numbers, though. Definitely has good numbers. Do you really want another Trans Am Awakening? So that's the thing. I didn't want Trans Am. I wanted the Higher Than Sky Awakening. Because the way that it's described is you get Trans Am plus Wings of Light. And that's really cool. Because Wings of Light and Trans Am individually are really neat aspects. You combine them together, the visual effect, if they added one, would be pretty much on par, I think, visually to what the like Moonlight Butterfly does, right? So, anyways. Pilots, Twitter videos, build project, alteration. So, no, I don't want to start with Julieta. I want to start with Alpha. Mr. Bait. Okay. With speed attribute, shot guidance boosted. Yeah, not that great. He is a mid-shooter Federation GM type. The tags are nice. Stats are garbage. Traits pretty much garbage. Okay. Julieta, you are an infighter. You actually have a good amount of melee attack on you too. 2132 when fully built up. A little lower than what we'd expect, because I think it's like 2300, 2300 is kind of like the ceiling right now for 4-star pick ticket pilots. Trait-wise, when attacking with physical, EX skills piercing boosted. We all know how I feel about that by now. High mobility for space. Tags aren't terrible, they're not great, they're kind of in the middle, but she does bring a lot of armor. She is pushing 2k armor, so there's that. Overall, she's okay. She's not the best for what she does, but yeah, she's a respectable pilot at least, you know? So, even with change gears in effect, doesn't really do much. Okay. Well, now that that's all out of the way, let's look at the build project stuff, shall we? So, is he garbage? Baits? Pretty much, yeah. Tags are the only thing that I think really make him, like, worth anything. So, there's our pilots. So, we got Shinn, Asuka, Seed Awakened. One of the angriest lads you've ever seen. All high firepower, all power boosted. Very easy to activate high firepower. It does benefit both melee and shot builds, and you get an all power boost. Plus, his job licenses, as you can see, are Outfighter and Mid-Shooter, meaning he is actually flexible to be used in any build. Nice. High firepower, close combat out of the gate. Now, numbers-wise, here's where we get something a little interesting. I'll bring it up once we get to the alterated forms, but yeah, you'll see when we get there. Don't worry, guys. Numbers-wise, though, he is quite impressive. He has a very nice trait, good job license selection, and good word tags. Setsuna, on the other hand, has the highest melee in the game currently. He also has both of the fighter job licenses in an Outfighter, while Protag EX skill power boosted. You're going to have Protag on a melee suit. Both his job licenses are melee, so whether you need an infighter or a midfighter, he's got you covered. And, you know, it comes with Protag and high mobility. Yeah. He's kind of a beast between the two of them for melee. So, yeah. When we get to the alteration parts, you guys will understand. Now, we're gonna pop on over to Twitter. We're gonna look at the videos, and yeah, we're gonna do all that fun stuff. Get rid of that. Let's get that. Let's throw you over here. Desktop. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey guys, how we doing? Okay. So we're gonna start off with crossbow. What we got? So we got the beam rifle. Yep. Okay. Wow. And that was one of the B+ ones, yeah? Oh, that's after alteration. That's the one that was originally D power. Okay, my only question with this, do those beams have any homing capabilities, or are they dumbfire? Because there's not another mobile suit close enough to really tell. If we could, like, move that machine, if we could move this guy right here and just move him over here to see if the beams home in on a nearby target, that would improve the usefulness of this a lot. It still looks really cool. It's still a viable EX skill with the B+ power and that kind of thing to it, but all those dumbfire shots, I don't really know how to feel. All right, one of the cutscenes from the legs. That was kind of okay in terms of animation. And what about the beam saber one? Yes, that was the one that healed. Was it not? Yeah. No, I'm thinking the higher than sky. Look at me mixing up my two suits. No, this is the one that it was increasing when your stats. Is it not? I can't remember anymore. Look how short my memory is. It's an interesting looking cutscene though, or not cutscene, but animation. However, it does lock you into something for a good amount of time, and based on just like the hit range of the whole thing, very, I don't know how to feel about that. So, oh yeah, wait, there's one more tacked on the end here. And the Arms EX skill, the other cutscene. This one where he uses his two blades. Okay, okay. That last one's pretty nice. So the Beam Blaster, you get the condensed spray, and then literally just oh, hold on a second. It does have homing capabilities. Okay. I totally missed that second machine over there. I actually completely missed that second machine. So we have 4 machines. He's aiming at 2 of them on the left. When he fires that, he absolutely deletes the first one. And then he fires the spray. It also gets that second guy in there. Problem is, I don't know if it actually homed in or it was just part of the spray that got him. But got decent range on it. I don't know if it's worth an alteration for that, though. Then we got the first cutscene in the legs. Well, it does damage, that's for sure. It's not a grossly long cutscene either, so okay. I don't like this animation at all, and this is one of the animation lock ones. And then the last one was the final cutscene, which I liked a lot. I liked the amount of effort that was put into this. Okay. So, yeah. I'm still not really sure how to feel about the beam gun, but at least it gets upgraded to a respectable amount of power. The 2 cutscene EX skills definitely do their job. You know, they push S rank, so of course they do. I don't like the Beam Saber EX at all, and I don't know how to feel about the gun, pretty much. Oh, it's Dumbfire. Okay, same as the previous gun. That's a shame. Alright, let's look at the higher than sky. No, that goes away. What do we got? So we got the arm. Okay, one thing I will give it is it clearly snapped to the other machine when it got the first one down. So at least it has that going for it, so you don't like kill one, you just keep going. But it does lock you into an animation cycle. Granted, it's a short animation cycle, but yeah, you whiff that, you're gonna have a bad time. Leg. Ah yes, the kick. Wait, was that a projectile? It looked like it was a projectile, but that can't oh, it gets pushed up to B+. That could save it. What? Are you seeing this? So not only is it a cutscene that has ridiculously short cooldowns, it heals you, gives you a melee attack buff, and it's a humongous radius in front of you. Okay, well, so pretty much you want the backpack. Look at this shit. Look at what I gotta put up with. Man, this is just some weird shit, man. It's got a baller cutscene attached to it, summons the sword, swings it down, huge, just, oh my lord. And the worst part is when alterated, it goes to A power. Man. What the heck? What the heck? I don't know if I would call it directly broken. Actually, no, I would, because if you can put that onto a 0-second cooldown, which is extremely easy when you consider the fact that it is a 21-second cooldown, and you can easily bring that down without any difficulties at all. It's a spammable cutscene that heals you and does damage. In other words, if the enemy does not kill you in one hit, they will just not kill you. Can you be knocked out of it? That remains to be seen. That would be the single thing that would make that any semblance of balanced, is if you could be knocked out of it. But based on the animation, it looks like the enemy doesn't get control until you're about to swing the sword down. Meaning they would have to preemptively throw something at you before you use that cutscene for it to hit you before you're able to get that attack off. So, yeah. Wow. Oh, God. Okay, well, let's go look at alterations. Let's go look at something balanced. Hey, Sukiya. Man, I'm just... oh, boy. Okay, so we'll do the higher than sky phase as it's at the top, and I'm lazy. EX skill piercing boost and EX skill power boost. It could be a lot worse of a second trait. I am obviously known to not be the biggest fan of EX skill piercing, but at least it's not like a burn your consumption or some kind of crap. So, alright, I'll take it, frankly. Yeah. And as always with the alteration parts, I'm not even going to look at the stats or anything, because we looked at the stats before, and you can judge more or less what they're going to be like when they're effectively 7-starred through this. So I don't think you guys need me telling you what's up. When one enemy shot down, melee power boosted. Alright, so this is one of those things where the numbers are amazing on it. It's obviously not difficult to shoot down an enemy, but it has limited usage, as you're not going to be able to use it 1v1 arena, multi-missions where there's only one enemy, and so on and so forth. So this, even though that second trait is locked behind one enemy shot down, you still get that first one, the first trait, which is really good, and you still get the huge stat benefits from it. And as we don't have to be so picky anymore with our alteration tools, okay, you know what, I'll start being a little more accepting of these traits I don't like so much, only because we're getting a lot more freedom. Could be worse. Arms. Lash position, DA-. Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, so the last position, you do a melee combo. It does automatically lock on to the nearest target, it looks like, and starts going towards them. But it has a very short range, and it does lock you into the animation. So, yeah, you kind of turn yourself into target practice if you whiff, which doesn't seem to be very difficult to do with it. Especially if you have an AI controlling your suit in arena and you use it. That's just asking for trouble. Legs. Diver shot. You get the B+ boost. Now, here's the thing, right? It's a more or less a spammable 21-second base cooldown. Has B+ power, A+ pierce. You know, it's definitely a workable EX skill. The fact it's ranged helps it a lot. But I still think a magazine might be better, but it's not bad. That's pretty much the whole point of what I'm trying to... It's not bad. There's better, but it is definitely not bad. If it didn't have B+ power, it'd be pretty bad. We don't even want to talk about this. We're not even going to talk about the backpack. There's no point talking about the backpack. You get the backpack. That's what it all comes down to. After 10 seconds pass, reduce cooldown by 50% once. I already talked about that one. And with power attribute, EX skill power boosted. Very easy to activate power. I like that. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get a ton of mileage out of this in things like 1v1 arena, but you will see some usage in this in multi-missions, potentially. You may see usage in this in the battle or the battle circuit. So yeah, not a terrible second trait. Or actually, I should say, not a terrible first trait when you compare the second trait. Want that mad boy Shinn. Oh, don't worry, we'll get to him. We'll get to him, and I got some things to say. Alright, beam rifle, what's your second? Back parts EX skill power boost. Wow! Guys! The backpack for the higher sky. What if it hit harder? What if it hit harder, guys? Wow, I wonder if there's a part that would do that. Because that's what it needs. So you're getting a stupid amount of melee attack from the beam rifle, and this beam rifle literally just goes, yeah, hey, you know that broken backpack skill? It's harder now. Lol. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing that showed up today. Crossbow, bada bing, bada boom. EX skill power boost and arm parts EX skill power boost. So there are a ton of arms that have really powerful EX skills. To note, this is not locking it into requiring a specific type, so you don't need to use beam, you don't need to use physical. These are both just EX boosts. So as long as you have a saber weapon and you're using any arm EX skill, both these traits will activate. That gives you a lot of flexibility. I have no complaints about these two traits. Torso. You got your melee power boost. Ooh. Okay, so the second trait. I'll say it because it hasn't shown up yet in this video, but I think most people already know what I'm going to say. The first line is the demerit or trigger. In this case, melee damage raised 10%. It means you're taking 10% more melee damage, not that you are doing 10% more. And you get an EX skill power boost for this trade-off. This is a very healthy combination of EX skills. You're getting a very condensed amount of power boosts, but it is a little more restrictive than the head, where it is more focused on melee, because you get the melee power boost on one trait, and then the EX skill power boost on the second trait. So a melee EX, versus the head, which was just an EX on the arm, which can be beam, melee, range, it doesn't matter. It's still good. Arms. Yeah. Skull Heart Impact. So this was, from what I remember, the really cool cutscene that we saw where he did like the punch through them at the end. Yeah, I got no complaints. That was a really cool EX. Goes up to S power. I got no complaints, Chief. Legs. That was the other EX skill that didn't look as cool, but it's still S power. It still gives you a healthy boost and a very healthy heal. No real complaints on this one either. Backpack. It's a backpack. When armor's 80% or less melee power boosted. I don't like when it requires you to have less than a certain amount of armor, as that kind of makes like you have to take damage for that to trigger. And considering most combat modes now you're looking to do the fastest you can while taking the least amount of damage, the second a part comes up and goes, hey man, you gotta take damage for me to activate. It's kind of running counterintuitively to kind of how we do stuff. We don't appreciate your kind around these parts. It's not bad though, you are able to instantly trigger this if you do run over cost, as that reduces your armor down to 70%. I didn't like the first trait very much on this, personally, and I don't really like the second trait on it either. So for me, personally, this would be a complete pass, but I know for some people this may work into their specific build or what they're trying to accomplish, but it ain't for me. Okay, let's look at the beam shaver. That's the, yeah, so that was the one where he does like the quick sword combo, hits the ground, causes the big X. The last hit looked pretty cool, but unfortunately it does lock you into an animation. It doesn't seem to have a lot of range on it either, as it seemed to be very close to where you started using the skill from. You know, but it does have a power, it does have a very low cooldown, potentially something you may want to pick up for spammables, but I would pass on it myself. So, yeah, even fully modified, it doesn't go past the 11k either, so there is statistically better stuff if you're patient. You would have to not only wait for the better parts to come back in a rotation, but for their alterations to come back as well whenever that is. Okay, with Saber category equipped initial EX skill charge boost. Okay, definitely a nice trait. While high firepower EX skill power boosted. Very easy to activate high firepower, and it is a flexible tag as it works in melee and shot builds, meaning both of these traits can work on either type of machine. I got no complaints about either of these. And it does obviously bring a little bit of melee to the table. And the Peacock Smasher. We already saw this one. That's the Dumb Fire. Fires the beam in front of you, then a bunch of random shots all the way around. Yeah, B+ power. It is a cutscene. But personally, I would pass on this, as the weapon itself, like, it's not bad. It breaks 10k, it's got numbers, but there is better available through other Seiei parts, currently not available, obviously, that have better traits and or EX skills on them. So if you really like the Peacock Smasher, this is your ticket. If you're not the biggest fan of it and you're kind of I would say pass. You know, it's just numbers, right? It's just the game. Oh no. Wait, these look familiar. Didn't the camphor already get? He's new. I could have swore I already looked at the Hygog before. I could have sworn I looked over this before. Reruns. Okay, good. I'm not completely losing my marbles. Whew. Okay, now, here's what I'm going to do. We have Shinn, and we have... Oh, no. Okay, it's only 2 suits. Oh, my heart almost stopped. Okay, so we're going to look at the machines, and then we're going to look at the pilots. I like that order. Okay, Night Gundam. With power attribute, EX skill power boost, and when buffed, reduce cooldown by 50% once. Very easy to get a buff, like even right at the beginning of a match, gives you 50% cooldown reduction. Alright, and you get the EX skill power boost when you're powered. Okay. I'm okay with that. That's overall a nice addition. SD Tackle. Nope, I want nothing new. That is just a bad EX skill, unless the AI uses it, in which case it's one of the most deadly in the entire game. Okay, Infighter Job, melee crit rate boosted. That's a healthy boost, but melee crit rate is, no. With power attribute, melee power boosted. So you tacked on a really powerful second trait to a... Yeah. Second trait's nice, first trait not really. Alright, let's look at the legs. Hey, boo boo. While Gundam type, EX skill cooldown reduced. Alright, when armor is 60% or more, EX skill power boost. I like that combination quite a bit, actually. You get your EX skill cooldown reduction, Gundam type is super easy to get, and while armor is 60% or more, which is also very easy to get, your EX skill power is boosted. And even if you run over cost, you're still at 70% armor or higher. So you still get it. Ooh, yeah. I like that. That's a nice little healthy combo. Super Electro Spear, B+, B+. Could be worse. I can't remember what the EX skill looks like at all, though, unfortunately. So, may someone tell me if the banners are a pull or a pass? The Higher Than Sky backpack, currently, from what we've seen, looks unbelievably powerful. Like, ridiculously so. And if you manage to get your hands on the beam rifle from the Higher Than Sky, that feeds directly into making the backpack even better. As for the full cloth, it has a couple of cutscene parts which are really nice. Overall, it's kind of a spread out stat-wise suit. So, if you were to pull between the two of them, if you want overall better parts, Crossbone. If you're looking for a single part that'll do a lot, go for the Higher Than Sky and pray you get the backpack. Pretty much what it boils down to. Alright, yeah, so the Super Electro Spear, yeah, SD attack, that pushes up to what? A-? Oh wow, it didn't even break to S. Alright, actually wait, was this a ranged? Or one of the rare ranged physical melee? No, it's a rush, okay, no. Night Shield. With power attribute, shooting damage taken reduced by a flat number, making it useless, and with power attribute, enemy shooting power reduced, which is a supporting skill, which isn't too bad considering it's on a shield. And shooting power reduction is always nice. I can think of worse combinations, but that second trait's not too bad. And the Astaroth. Back parts EX skill power boost. There's a lot of really good back part EX skills, so not a bad second trait. First trait, still kind of a wash. Kind of a wash. Torso. With blade category, EX skill damage output flat number. With power attribute, you get a guts. No, that's going to be a hard pass overall for me. Subknuckle, DA minus. And you reduce their physical resist. Here's the beef. I can't remember if this was a cutscene or not. Or even a pseudo cutscene. Doesn't seem like it is, because the suit came out, I'm pretty sure, before the pseudo cutscenes were a thing. So. Oh wait, we need to look at the legs and the backpack. Knife attack. No, that is the flurry stab thing, and that's just historically bad. Demolition knife. Ah, okay, here is another not even cutscene. What? Man, Astaroth, you kind of got shafted. I totally forgot about you. I just remember having the head for this suit because it fit my build. Alright. Demolition knife. While Pro Tag job gauge increase boosted. I still don't think job gauges are really that big of a deal, so I don't think that second edition's really doesn't matter that much. And strong melee crit rate. I already talked about crit rate, really. I don't think it's that useful. Shooting damage taken reduced by a flat number. When attacking a physical enemy, EX skill power reduced by 1%. That's interesting. So when the enemy is using a physical EX skill, they get their total EX skill power reduced. That's an interesting caveat to attach to it. I think it's a little too limiting. Yeah, I would pass on that. Like, on paper, it sounds nice, but you're looking at like 50% of the EX skills and hoping your enemy uses them. So it's not like a catch-all, just reduces the enemy EX skill power by 30%. It only works if they use a very specific type of EX. And when armor 60% or more, special, no. This is just one of those special shock crit rate things, which sounds interesting on paper, but in practice, especially on a weapon like that where it takes a ton of time to charge and then fire a shot, if you miss, which is highly likely, crit rate means nothing. And even then, you could put better stuff on it. Now, we're going to look at the alterated, fully maxed out pilots, starting with Shinn, Asuka, and then we'll bop on over to Setsuna. To help with my demonstration to both of these pilots, I'm going to quickly bring up What's-His-Face. You guys may recognize him. I sure don't. Who is this stranger? I've never seen him before in my life. Okay, so why did I bring him up? Okay, the reason I brought him up is pretty simple, actually. Doman is considered this super mode build project. Doman is considered the best melee fighter in the game. Why? Because he has 3100 melee attack. Oh, just under 3100 melee attack, a little over. Okay, now look at Shinn Asuka. He has 2789. Now take his melee defense. You're moving 300 over-ish. You're breaking 3k. You're almost at 3100 melee attack. Doman has less than 150 stat difference from Shinn. Now, why is that such a big deal, you may ask? Well, his first trait, while high firepower, all power boosted by 30%. Considering high firepower is workable on both shot and melee builds, yeah, makes it viable for anything. He also has both a shooter and fighter job license, Shinn, I mean, so you are able to capitalize whether you put him into a shot build or a melee build. And his second trait, back parts EX skill power boosted. I don't think I really need to do much more explaining as to why this is so nice. And he is a all-in-one wrapped-up pilot, and that's ignoring his shot attack. Now, granted, he doesn't have the best shot attack we've ever seen this side of the sun, but considering he's able to fill the role of arguably one of, if not the best melee fighter in the game, considering his flexibility, on top of having extremely high shot attack, I don't really see much of a reason to complain about him. He does have high firepower and close combat, meaning he does have tertiary tags for both melee and shot builds. I have no complaints over Shinn. It reminds me a lot of Banagher. Banagher was a little more specialized though, where he had one trait for each role. Shinn's traits work for any role. That's the trade-off here. And the reason I brought up Doman is just to kind of show that the numbers, right? Like, Shinn is barely different at all, melee-wise. So, what 30%? All power boosted by 30%. That's literally all it means. While high firepower, all power boosted. Your EX skill power, melee power, shooting power, you name the power, it's got a boost. So, yeah. He has a Outfighter and mid-shooter tag. You can put him in anything. He is a amazing all-around pilot. That's what I'm getting at here. And Doman, in terms of being a specialized melee unit, is only better stat-wise by a few stat points, less than 200. So, yeah. Granted, Doman does come with Pro Tag and Close Combat, but that only further specializes him towards melee, whereas this all-arounder pilot does that too. Now, we're going to go look at ELS, Setsuna, because he takes Doman and just kind of laughs at him. So, you have 3062 base melee attack, which is already higher than Doman's, but he also runs almost 3 times the melee defense, meaning the boost that he gets is even more exaggerated. So he's just a better Doman. Plus, he also has the Infighter and Outfighter job tags, or licenses, meaning whether you need an Infighter or an Outfighter, Setsuna's got you covered. Traits, while Pro Tag, EX skill power boost, and your back parts, EX skill power boosted. So, there you go. If you're looking for a melee spec pilot, Setsuna's your man. If you're looking for a one-size-fits-all solution, Shinn's your guy. Take your pick. Yeah, Doman can just take a seat in the back. He got power crept pretty quickly. We only got him in what, like October? Only took them November, December. Well, it took them 3 months to power creep it. I can only imagine what's going to happen on the anniversary. So, yeah. Pro Tag high mobility. High mobility does bring you the melee attack, and Pro Tag obviously one of the best melee tags you can ask for, if not the. So, yeah. Both of the build pilots are very powerful. Shinn is your all-arounder. He can do melee extremely well, beating out even the best melee pilot that we've had up to date, besides Setsuna. And he does amazing shot. I don't know if he has the highest shot. I think let me double check Banagher, because Banagher I'm pretty sure had the highest shot attack. Let me check here. 2, 5, and 6, and Shinn had higher, did he not? Blueprints, permanent. Oh wait, no. I need alteration. Look at me, I'm just the biggest brain on campus. 2, 5, 6, so it carries 2, 3, 2, 7-ish. Oops. Come on. There we go. You really need to add an alteration shortcut into the little main wheel. Make life easier. Shinn Asuka. And you push 2, 5, and 5. So, more or less the same shot attack values as Banagher. More or less the same melee stats as Doman. That's what you're running on this. So, Seed Kira has about 3k shot post-alteration. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that Kira was the de facto shot pilot. He got added a while back too. What was his total? When was he actually added? Let me bring up his exact numbers here. Because I still have all the banner information and stuff laying around here. I just need to find him. Look at this, you're doing research for once, guys. There it is. Kira Yamato, Seed Awakened. Came out September the 3rd. My screen will now, I don't know, maybe it'll crash? I don't know. I just need to bring up the banner pages here. And let's see. September is the 9th month, and it would have been just before the banners drop, so it's probably... Wait, is it not there? Maybe it's before that then. Oh, that's the login bonus. I'll just grab all these folders, whatever. It'll be in one of them. Let's see, it wasn't you, wasn't you. Wasn't you, wasn't you, wasn't you. Did I not get the Gacha banner images? I could have sworn I did. I could have sworn I got that guy's mug. Huh. Oh, Kira's still in the permanent alt pool? Of course he is. How could I possibly forget? Other than, you know, I don't ever really do this. Alright. Yeah, there he is. Good going there. Good going there, Alex. You saved me. 3007 5 cover, 1 change, so 3200 shot attack or so after mods. Okay, so about 3200. Shinn's pushing 27. Okay, so you're losing about 500 shot attack versus the best shot pilot in the game. You're losing only about 100 or so on the melee side. Now, something I do want to point out here. This is like here's the power creep in me coming out. So they gave us a Kira Yamato from the first gen. I should actually bring up my screen again so it starts refreshing. Of course it killed the feed. Why wouldn't it? Make my life difficult, why don't you? Screencast. Anyways, where was I? Right, power creeping. I have a feeling that they're most likely going to, very soon, release a pilot that has ridiculously high shot attack. Whether or not it breaks 3.5 to 3.6k, who the heck knows? But considering we see Setsuna pushing 3.4k, 3.5k, I have no doubt a shot pilot is soon coming. So if you're specifically looking for like a shot pilot, I would say just wait. Because we're probably going to get a build project, well, considering the last build project was December, I think. We're getting about like one every couple of months now, or one every month or so. Probably by the end of March, you'll have your like top tier shooter pilot. But if you can't wait, I would recommend Shinn just because of the stats that he brings to the table on top of his traits. That's the other thing too, is Kira does require you to have power attribute to get a shooting power boost, whereas Shinn just kind of gives you that big fat all power boost. So yeah, Kira's definitely more specialized towards shooting. Shinn is the all-rounder type. Pretty much, yeah, he's a better Banager is the best way to go about putting it. Because Banager was more of a all-rounder. Yeah, middle shooter and outfighter, but you really can only get one of his two specializations at once. So, yeah. Anyways. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop on over to the gacha. Oh, look at that. I popped on over to the gacha. Actually, wait, how many... I need, what, 5 materials to trade for a pilot, is it? It's 5, right? Shinn... No, it's 10. So I need 15k Haro. Dang. Thought you're a shooter guy. Yeah, but I really like the aesthetic appearance of the crossbow, like, a lot. I really like the suit's aesthetics. And I obviously would like to get the higher than sky backpack as well. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like, both suits are pretty nice. Drop another $80 for 20k, get the best of both. Oh man. It's a problem. It's a real problem, especially with Valentine's coming up soon too. Crap. I kind of want to roll, like, really badly. Oh, man. I have less than 20k Haro. The problem is with the step up is that it's unlimited rounds. If it was limited, it would have better values to it, but because it's not limited, right? Also, I don't think the drop rate actually changes between them other than the last step. 5, 5, 5. Yeah, the bonus pool there is 100. Bonus pool on 2 is 16 and then 16, right? Yeah, so the only difference is on the final roll. Oh, someone donated $50. Oh no. Why have you done this? Why have you done this? Thank you, Primal, for the donation. And as he says, okay. No, it's not the plus button I wanted. Okay, guys. Okay. Let me just hide the screen really quick. I don't really have a reason to not do it now. Okay. Here we go. God, I'm gonna regret this, I know it. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, I think the rates on all these are the same, are they not? 16% in the prime? Yeah. Okay. Then I might as well just sit here and roll this one, the unlimited rounds. So we're gonna do 15k total Haro. God, okay. Let's get going, guys. Got lots of rolls. Yeah, that's the reason I'm doing the step up, is I get the trade orbs as well, so I don't really have a reason not to. Okay, we're starting strong. Yeah, let's see what we get. What do we get? Cool! I got one of the coolest looking parts right away. Eagle Hawk. Thanks for the donation, buddy. Oh man. You guys are just out to make me roll everything, aren't you? Alright. Oh, backpack. Did we get the double O Sky? Oh, damn it. If it was the other backpack, I would have been so happy. Damn it. Oh man. Oh man, we were so close to greatness. We were so close to greatness. Oh, god damn it. Crap. Okay. Let's do the next one. I did truly get trolled, didn't I? Alright. Alright. Hey, Suki. I would recommend for your own health not to watch me roll the gacha, dude. Hey, dupes! Opa! Am I gonna get multiple golds this time, too? I doubt it. Purple. Is that the impulse shield? That looks like the impulse shield. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is too. Huh. Nice. Alright, guaranteed gold. Show me the money. So, pretty much what I'm looking to get here is the Higher Than Sky backpack and as many crossbone parts as I can. Those are the Atlas arms, aren't they? Damn it. Another purple. Ugh. Okay. No, Death Scythe, okay. I didn't think the Death Scythe had blue highlights on them. Now, as for the build pilots, between the two, I'm most likely going to build Shinn, because I don't really need a super high-powered melee like Setsuna. And I'm more of a seed guy than I am a 00 guy, so I'll probably go Shinn between the two of them. Hey, there's my gold! Like, I'm glad I'm getting gold. Like, why do you keep doing this? With the backpack specifically? Okay, next loop. God damn it. That's the wrong backpack twice in a row. Oh, hey, gold again. Alright, I'll take that. Is this the yeah, it's the normal X. Yeah, because the double X was a Sokai, wasn't it? Hey, yeah! Alright, another crossbone part. Alright, what else do we got here? Okay, so just the one. But okay, we're getting more crossbone parts. I'm okay with that. I hope I can get the full crossbone. That'd be dope. Ah, more gold. Yeah, don't use my luck as a baseline to determine whether or not you should roll in this game. Oh, I got a gun. Is that the Higher Than Sky gun? Yes! All I need now is the backpack. I should have like a little disclaimer in the corner. These rolls are not representative of the game. Ah, one more gold. Great. Hey, alright, so I have the head, the torso, the arms. So I just need the legs, and I'm done because I've got 2 of the backpacks. Alright, is this third lap? Yeah, this is third step. Alright, guaranteed gold. Let's go. Come on, give me the Higher Than Sky backpack. You know you want to do it. You know you want to do it. Show me the money, sucker. Okay, are you gonna? It's just what? Why is it the third step only gives me 1 gold part? Oh, it's a weapon. Okay. Okay. I don't really like you that much, but sure. You are technically the... Okay, sure. More of the crossbone. Righty. Alright, third cycle. Okay, there we go. Luck streak broken, guys. Second step. Ah, okay. Come on, give me the crossbone legs. Do it.
Do it. Do it, you coward.
I have ascended. Alright, so I'm done the crossbow, now I just need the higher than sky pack, and we're off to the races. Alright, third step, and then I'm going to switch over to the higher than sky banner and do a single roll on it. I am the Bamco spy. Yes, of course. Give me the higher than sky back, man. Make my night. I've already got the crossbow, so you made my night, but make it again. Hey Sukia, this is why we shouldn't do roll-offs, because of this. I sap your luck. So what's my gold? Oh, weapon. Okay. Another dude. Sure, whatever. Literally the only thing I'm missing from the crossbone is the other gun. Okay. So we'll do a single multi on the higher than sky. And go from there. Hopefully I get the backpack, because that's like the only thing I'm missing here. I doubt it, but maybe. Just maybe. That's a good sign. Come on, show me the backpack. Show me the backpack. Yeah, I know my battery's low. This happens when you don't have it plugged in at all. Ah, damn, it's a weapon. Hey, it's a dupe of the gun, though. Crap, I'll take that. The arms. So close to the back. So close. So what's probably gonna happen then is when we get a bullseye or something, I'll go to pick it. So, okay. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Come on. Where's the menu? Shop. Blueprint. Pick up ye old Shinn. Cool. And let's go alter his face. Now, as for altering the parts I got, alter the entire crossbone. Potentially, I don't know. Permanent. Shinn. Shinn. Give it a good old 6-star. Throw you through the alteration ringer. Yes, sir. Alright. Nice. Let's go and relock them just to make sure I don't accidentally the dumbs or something. All that and all that. Okay, cool. Finally, I get to use my Haro for something. Don't need to unlock the altar anymore. Yeah, I'm too used to doing it, I guess, at this point. So the one thing I did want to alterate was the beam rifle, because yeah, that's Gundam type and back part, and that's super nice. And then we got the entire crossbone. I'm pretty sure I want to do the head as well. Yeah, Saber and Army X, and there's a lot of nice Army X's, like the Destiny's Palma Fiocina, or whatever. So, yeah, the only part from the crossbone I don't have is the Muramasa Blaster, which arguably has the best traits of all of its weapons. Oh, the cookie crumbles. I didn't get the backpack. Shame. Alright, well guys, I'm going to wrap out the video here. Did everything I needed to, did all the gacha rolls I needed to. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys on Sunday like normal for the new discussion video, unless I make something in between now and then, like I did with the EXS emergency stream. Oh, thanks for hanging out. Peace. See you guys in the next one.